I feel bad about this. Hi friends, it's me again, KillshotKitty. I'm back with another video. Today we're actually doing the good and the bad ending for the spirit. If you've seen before, I already did a Hooked on You playthrough to try to win over the spirit. I got the friend ending, which is not the ending I was going for. And it turns out there's multiple endings. I looked into it. So I will be following a guide on this so we can try to do it, but I will be recording it so then you can see as well what the choices are that I picked to get the good and the bad ending. I'm not going to be showing the whole game like we did with the spirit playthrough, but I will be showing the parts when I pick different things so that way you can see the different dialogue from when I pick the different things in order to get the different endings. I'm really excited to see how the endings play out because I don't really know how they play out. I just know what the choices need to be in order to make her fall in love with you and to break her heart. Also, we got these nice ocean waves in the background and get us in the mood for the beach. All right, friends, let's jump into this. Let's win the spirit's heart and then break it. So like I said, I'm gonna be reading like the parts where you pick the dialogue that makes it so you win her heart, and then we're gonna be doing the ones when you break her heart. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'll be saving near the end because you have to do slightly different choices for the good and the bad ending on this, just slightly. So I'll probably save like right before day 3, and then we'll do because it's gonna all look about the same anyway, so I'll save like right at around day 3, so that way we can just reload the save and go through that. Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise that the 4 of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. She takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining. And when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island. But it turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats around on the island. So thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening to end each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please, just make it quick! Is what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams. Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. So what'll you be having? So we're gonna be doing the virgin daiquiri because spirit does not like alcohol, as we learned from the first playthrough. I didn't come here to party. I'm just here to make the best of a very strange situation. I don't know, how about a daiquiri? I know how to make that. But skip the liquor, I'll make mine virgin. Trapper snickers at your choice of words. Sure you will, kid. Don't mind him. We don't need to soak ourselves in booze just to please someone else's expectations. If you ask me, there's enough spirits here already. Besides, alcohol just numbs you to the painful realities of the world. I choose to face them head on. You never do something like, I don't know, hide from it all behind the world's largest hat or anything? Please allow me to ignore any fashion advice from the man wearing a doll's mask as a mask. Not a doll's face, jerk. Since we've fulfilled your requests, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time. I swear, had I known they'd pull this kind of faux enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk at the lowest part of the ocean before I ever set foot near this bar. You don't think it would be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks. But it could be fine, or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after school activities after I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. Methinks uncertain someone doth protest too much. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you, Ava, what's your desert island book? The one book you'd bring with you if you ever were, well, on an island like this. Oh, and it has to be classic horror for reasons that should be obvious. She means because this is an island of horror villains, and also those books are all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gone soft these past 100 years. So what's your favorite? Her pick is Dracula. Dracula is one classic that's still scary. To be seduced by some beautiful stranger only to learn later on that they're an immortal villain. It's downright thrilling. Well, I guess, but I was gonna say that despite the deviant behavior of Dracula and the threat of possible danger or even death that he poses, you can't help but get turned on by the liberation from the status quo that he represents. Same here. So what if some old doctor says he's a bad boy? You're supposed to reek like garlic and sleep alone? Who did they think would buy into that? If you're going to be trapped in the nightmare that is undead life eternal, which I know a little something about, you could do a lot worse than great clothes, a castle, and a lover who doesn't take shit from anyone. The scariest part of Dracula is thinking that no one will ever be quite as interesting to make love to as a vampire. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up new stories of our own. The time skip. After spinning the bottle, I got Trapper, just so you guys see what happens. Ooh! Just this morning, you were waking up at a strange beach, surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach towel at Trapper, lust in his eyes, sweat glistening on his skin. Your heart races. You feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Trapper takes you by the hand and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. He begins to reach for you, putting his hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way he is. You're sweating the gross way you'd sweat at the interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross him out so completely that he'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Trapper, we save it. It's not happening. Huh? Don't cry. I know. To get this close to a living god and then feel the sting of his rejection, it must hurt bad. But don't take it personally. Well, do, but use it to make yourself stronger. It's not because I don't want to. It's because you haven't earned it yet. You might later. For now, it can't be that easy. Sure, maybe with one of the others. They're weak, sad, lonely. Not me. I don't need this. It's mine to give or to withhold. You really dodged a bullet. This means you'll have a chance to present yourself in a bit more flattering of a light later, assuming you survive. I'm not ashamed to tell you that I think you're cute. I would make out with you so hard your heart would cave in if I wanted to, and I do, but I still won't. Tell anyone I told you this and you die. They die, and then I have you all revived and kill you again. If anyone asks, I was the best you ever had, which I might just be another time. All right, from the time skip. So, for Spirit, during the first day one where you're cooking your food, apparently you're not supposed to do a perfect job. You're supposed to do an adequate job, because she appreciates that you at least tried. It says it's best to do this. I'm not sure if it's 100% you have to do this in order to get the good ending and bad ending, but we'll see. So I think I have to get on the red. Oops. Since I missed completely, I'm hoping perfect help. Ah, there we go. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. All right, so here are some of the dialogue choices that are required to woo Spirit. We're gonna do it in this exact order. So, I'm sorry. Actually, it's not the food or the company. I'm just super self-conscious how I look when I eat. I was just pretending to be grossed out by dinner so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Sorry if that makes things awkward. I'm actually extremely hungry. Yeah, watching people eat is gross, but try to relax and not worry that what everyone thinks. It's so important to always remember people are watching you, judging you, definitely not ignore you, right guys? Is anyone listening to me? Typically a group that includes one, if not more cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins would be quite scary. However, right now you're barely able to keep your head up, let alone get scared and run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so please don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive. Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, guide, narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you out. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Looks like Spirit found me, and she was holding me in her arms. So here we go. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that we're all truly insignificant and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? Here's the dialogues we need. You've always been alone. Maybe it's Spirit's words, maybe it's the ocean, or maybe it was always been this way, but you suddenly feel connected to Spirit's words. I may not remember much about my life before, but there's one thing I know to be true. I've always been alone, and I always will be alone. Spirit has turned from looking at the ocean to looking directly at you now. It's a funny idea, isn't it? Being alone. Together? It's the best we can hope for. Maybe. Or maybe it's too much to hope for. Maybe it's impossible to pretend we know anything. Is that just arrogance? Ugh, I was so dumb. So busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I didn't take care of myself, and now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny, the purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, so this might sound a bit silly, but Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. That sounds badass, right? But I didn't let it out. And then I, chop, and now that dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger? Nothing but darkness. I'd kill to have a dragon. Maybe not the best choice of words. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome. Honestly, though, I don't feel like I've got anything inside me at all. Just darkness, never-ending darkness. And here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived. Perhaps I could light a torch and search through that darkness. This is what we were hoping for, friends. Just as things are really heating up, you hear flurry footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on the strange island. Only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. Time skip. All right, so we're picking Spirit again for story time, but we're picking different options once we get through this story time. All right, Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Say nothing. Hug her. You stand and without saying anything approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. Her robe hovering in the air begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctually, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward moment and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corner of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his favorite song. All right, so now Spirit approaches again. I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. This fog that follows me around, I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, even when you're a god. I mean a narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dripping in a hot tubs with the Spirit? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure the killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities of my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any otherically. I believe you, completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence? Sure, you're on this island trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue, your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge? Okay, so the similarity stopped there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins, or well, maybe it was coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Well, thousands of years training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, and I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it, I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? Who cares? Who says I believe anything? And for that matter, who even cares what I think? Our beliefs are our business, no one else's. Well, I'll be. That's a strong take. You've got to cultivate your own garden. I just admire you, Ava. You're not offering up your thoughts or opinions simply to feed the curiosity of others, like some of the more desperate residents of our little paradise. Good for you, I say. Now you got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? And if I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything. Don't I already know the answer to my own question about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa, Ocean Air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain corpsey cutie floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box, if you believe that she is the... Damn it, got me going again! Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find a certain someone standing before you with a fresh red towel ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids! Alright, so we got two of them wanting to hang out with me, which, if I remember correctly, I think all four wanted to hang out with me last time, but we're picking Spirit. You've made the correct decision, but note this, just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm going to slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, of course you've still got to prove it to me. I want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before, literally, with a katana. Katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Nature abhors a vacuum. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The lapping waves on the shores of the coast set a romantic tone. The fogs that surround Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the shoreline. This piece doesn't last long, however. Eerie howl. Oh yeah, it does that. All right. All right. So first dialogue, thanks. Thanks, I forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory, fell into the ocean. No problem, I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. You need any help reaching those difficult spots? You see a hand float around your back. Sure, why not? Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch as Spirit applies sunscreen to herself in the most unique way by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. So ask about the shards of glass sticking out from her. So if you don't mind, what's the deal with all those shards of glass sticking out from all over your body? You really want to know? You're not creeped out by them? You're not creeped out, just nervous because you know the answer might be very personal, but she's a person you want to get to know. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could pull all of these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me, it's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it. Even though it gives me strength, I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Ava. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love, this world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I should use maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contort into these vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Ready. Perfect. Oops. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Well, I suppose that the lotion made it to where it's supposed to be going eventually, and you weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between Spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and bursts out black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. Alright, so we're at a choice and I had to pick between Wraith and Spirit. When it comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her, but she has a certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were actually having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. And don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, no wonder you're so skinny. All that second guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. No offense taken. Yeah, okay, it's true. I could be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Right, so I'm gonna stick with Spirit. I've got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. So, do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like the all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as that they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade out, and for this reason they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of glooming death that calls attention to the special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Ava? Choice is frustrated. As you look at the tree and consider Spirit's question, you reflect on your own current predicament. Stranded here, no understanding of why, no control. The beauty of this island, the attention of such an interesting companion. It should bring you joy, but it comes at the price of being completely confused and hopeless. You look down and see a crumbling cherry blossom on the ground at your feet. As you stare at it, something begins to rage inside you, like a dragon. How can anyone find comfort, even for a moment, with death and decay looming on the horizon? It makes me so frustrated. It makes me so mad. I want to do something about it. I want to strike back against the shitty reality. Spirit lets you go off, staying calm despite your bubbling rage. She must know thoughts like this. Is that why she asked you? So that you'd see things from her point of view? I want to be alive. To feel connected to her at this moment more than you have at any point before. You wonder, does she feel the same? Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree is not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if they were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words carefully. By something that with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yup. All right, so we're at a choice. They're asking how our date went, so I'm gonna be coy. It wasn't really a date, more like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Couldn't have not said anything of value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise, she doesn't like people getting to her business. So then, what would you like to say to the servants? Ignore them. Okay, so he's not supposed to hear me. Get out of there, here, Wraith. Ava was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. The choice is supposed to be, I'm not the storytelling type. I'd rather not. Why? Do you have something to hide? You're telling us you don't have a single story in your entire life? So sad, truly. Humanity has reached its crumbling nadir. I just want to hear your voice. Why are you being like this? So the next choice is supposed to be gracious. Because you're all so much better storytellers than I. Look at you wooing everyone without offending anyone. The killers blush, flattered, except Spirit. She sees through you. Sorry. Okay, that was That was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end here. So who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. So we're gonna pick Spirit again. The guy doesn't say to do it, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna skip. All right, so we have to pick a killer again. We're gonna pick Spirit. Spirit? Oh, you picked me, yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company. I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even though I hate the game and the prize, but I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, all right? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette, both holding cocktail shakers surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Who's ready to get wasted? As you know, I don't drink, so not me, unless you meant wasted as in killed, in which case, Dad, if you are out there somewhere, I will find you and waste you for what you've done to me. You really don't drink ever? Is that a like because it will just fall out a hole in your stomach thing? Or I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison of the body and the mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing? Then why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows the kind of date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at any of these things. Dwight, now that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in stem using only your tongue. Whoa, who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father, on whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right, well, so be it. How about you, Ava? Do you drink? We're picking stay sober. I've got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm gonna pass on the alcoholic drinks. Here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can have fun. You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere, and its little fruity guts flop onto Spirit's lap. Oopsie. Out of the one of the upsides of wearing black, it hardly shows stains. No take backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? So we're picking a dark and stormy. How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date? Okay, that one is cute. Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. All right, and we skip here. That's eliminate killer, and I'm just gonna pick Wraith this time. Look, I'm here and I'm horny, and I'm not really getting positive reinforcement from you, Wraithy poo. Please don't take this personally. It's just my opinion of you and who you are and what you're about to deep down as a person and how I don't like it. Like, give me something, you know, a kiss, a wink, hold my hand. Finish telling me about all this mysterious stuff you're obsessed with. Or better yet, don't. Wraith rises, taller than you've ever seen him, and calmly walks to the exit. Before he leaves, he turns to you. When you came here, I thought perhaps you would be different. I don't know how my last bit of hope in humanity hadn't been snuffed out, but it wasn't. It is now. You are just like the rest of them. There's no hope of goodness here. The only thing I can do is try and escape, or burn everything and everyone to the ground. He leaves. Pretty badass exit. Was not expecting that. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body pillow fits, snuggle it, you know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna be confessing pretty soon. So I'm gonna save here real quick. All right, so we're picking Spirit for our date. You approach Spirit, peering down the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of the dark storm that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Ava. All right, so the choice to go up to the lighthouse, we pick go up, maybe die. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. Maybe the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. Right this way. All right, so we're in the cave where Trapper and Spirit were arguing because she's trying to break up with Trapper. So the choice you have to pick is say something. I'm sorry, I think I interrupted something very personal and also quite scary. I swear I wasn't trying to listen in, but I heard a lot. Probably not everything. I think I woke up in the middle. What did you hear? Just you dumping Trapper. We were never together. I mean, we were together. Wink, wink, wink. I know you're wearing a mask, but we could see your eyes. You don't need to say wink, wink, wink out loud. Another reason I'm right to have dumped you. You did not. It was mutual. The jig is, as they say, up. They know you're awake now, and you're gonna have to deal with this awkward situation head on. And now we skip. All right, so we're doing the questions that Trapper's asking about Rin. So first answer is Rin Yamaoka. All right, question 2 is a dragon. Question 3 is a restaurant. And then question 4 is black. All right, we're gonna skip ahead a bit. Nope, no we're not. So then for this question, according to Spirit, what's worse than being dead? It's not being seen for who you are. All right, and now we're gonna skip ahead, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and save pretty soon here. We about to bring the spirit. Ava, Spirit, welcome back. Since you're both still alive, we can only assume you have a good time. You point to the many open wounds on your body, complete with bits of sand and dirt stuck in them. Yeah, you can say that. I think some of those might be infected. You should really get them checked out. If you're actually going through with this, the thing you should get checked out is your head, my friend. Spirit is absolutely nuts. You won't survive a week dating her. Didn't you just give us your blessing like 3 scenes ago? You might think that she's all sad and introspective, but the truth is she's a demon hell-bent on revenge who will ultimately stop at nothing to satisfy the lust of her death that courses through her veins. I can't get her out of my mind. He's crying! Duh, I know all of that. I think it's hot. She's the goth girlfriend of my dreams, and you're just jealous you lost her, so you're trying to run me out of town. Well, guess what? I'm not scared of you. I'm with Rin now, and she's got my back. Literally. She carved her name in it with a piece of broken glass. Thank God Thank God it was only 3 letters long. All right. We get it. Everyone is super tough. All you do is kill, no matter what. Well, we've got a show to finish, and this is the finale, so we need you to hold on for just a little moment longer. After all, that was the point of this whole experience, to give even the most demented killers a chance of finding love. And it worked. To think my official bio called me distinctly below average. Well, look at me now, world. I'm about to officiate the wedding of 2 complete maniacs. Please, Spirit, take this bouquet and prepare your vows. As soon as you both say I do, we can send you off on your exclusive honeymoon. Hold up, nobody's saying I do today. Yeah, nobody is. Wait, what? Marriage is an archaic social institution put in place by men in power thousands of years ago to maintain their control on the world. I'm not interested in playing their game. I'm not interested in doing what anyone tells me or living by any rules that I don't believe in deep down in my heart. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't remember being asked if I wanted to take part in this bootleg reality TV bullshit in the first place. Did anyone here agree to this? I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. Spirit has manifested her katana, and in a moment the mood has changed from a romantic climax to a place of terror. Whoa, we're all having fun here. If you just say I do, we can... I won't. With a slice of her blade, Claudette is no more, replaced by 2 halves of Claudette, neither of which are especially alive. Dwight is horrified. There's a chance he actually wet himself. Lucky for him, Khaki hides lots of things. Unlucky for him, urine isn't one of them. Meanwhile, Trapper, Huntress, and Wraith are eating popcorn. Where'd they get popcorn? You were under the impression that Claudette and Dwight did all of the cooking around here, so... Sorry, now's not the time to think about who popped the popcorn. A gruesome murder just happened. This is for you. You know what to do. Spirit hands you her katana. You look on a whimpering Dwight and feel everyone waiting for you to put him out of his misery. Look, Ava, we're on a very tight schedule, and you respect schedules, right? If you kill me, I'm afraid of what comes next. So I don't know, could you not? You think back to that strange moment in the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. When the light hit Dwight, there was something off about it, as if he wasn't real, or at least not really human. But is that a good reason to do him in with Spirit's katana? Or is that actually a reason not to kill him? This doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is taking control, taking it away from them, taking it into your own hands and carving out a new destiny for yourself. Kill this pathetic worm. Kill him and join me on my mission. Together we will be unstoppable. That's quite an offer. What are you gonna do? Ah, shit. I wanted to save right here. But we can't now. But, so for the love ending, we had to pick kill him. You raise Spirit's katana, and with the ease of slicing a wedding cake, you cut him in two. His dead body slumps on the ground in front of you. That was so incredibly sexy. Rin places her hands over yours, and you both hold her katana, your fingers intertwined. You look to the other killers and see something new on their face. Respect. You're one of them now, ruthless, uncompromising, splattered with blood, a killer. My father is going to really crap his pants when he sees the two of us coming. Here we go. My babe. What are you waiting for, lover? You sit on the beach below the black lighthouse, watching seagulls devour the liver of a dead pirate who was washed up on shore. Just thinking about how much I love you, Rin. Well, stop thinking and show me. You think we'll ever leave this place? What do you care? I hope we don't. The end. That is the good ending. Good ending. All right. So we got the good ending, but now it's time for the bad ending. Let's go. Last day, you beautiful piece of meat. You've done so well. We're almost at the finish line. You didn't think I brought you all this way without a plan, did you? What kind of sinister body of salt water do you think I am? All right. We're gonna skip through here because we already went through all of these. But we're gonna be breaking Rin's heart. All right. So what are we gonna do? What we're picking is spare Dwight. You drop Spirit's katana into the sand at your feet. Everyone gasps. You look at Spirit. She's furious. I can never kill him. And then you have to say, I never loved you. Because I never loved you. Oh no. Oh no, I hate this. I don't care about you, about your pathetic quest for revenge, about your petty personal drama, or about your cliche existential struggles. Spirit is a gas. You shared so much with her and she opened up to you like no one else in her life. Metaphorically, I mean. Literally, she's full of open wounds. I'm just here for this moment, right now, to watch what little blood is left in your cold veins drain from your face, to show you that you're not even close to the ruthless killer you think you are. To show all of you, you're nothing. You think just because you have a tragic backstory and a signature weapon that makes you worthy of my pursuit? You're toys to me. I play with you, then toss you away. This whole world is my sandbox. For I am the ultimate killer. I am the next generation of monster. I am the future of suffering. Mwah! Oh, the entity. I knew I made the right choice with you, Ava. Is he with the... He's drinking. The entity's drinking. It's the entity. You know, this cosmic being who created all of us. You, this island, me even, I assume. It has come to admire your ascension from virtual nobody to heartbreaking villain. You're laying it on a little thick, but I suppose you've earned it. Go off. Love, pshaw, you've all gone soft. Too much sunshine and volleyball. I didn't realize the entity was in a towel. I don't even like either of those things. Oh, she's crying. Yeah, well, I don't care. That's why you fell for me, I guess, because nobody cares less than me. Things are going to be a lot more deranged and maniacal now that I'm around. I introduce to you the latest and greatest killer on the island, me, Ava. Hey, you out there. I'm talking directly to you now. You think you're in control? You think you're in charge? Well, you aren't now and never were. This is my game, and it goes deeper than you ever imagined. See you around forever. Aww. I feel bad about this. Days later, not much has changed on Murder's Island. One new resident, sure, but in the end, what difference does that make? The tropical beach vacation with no end in sight continues on. The water is warm, the drinks are cold, and the fire crackles peacefully in the distance as Spirit reads alone by the pool. I can't believe they'd pull that crack with me. Me, the one obsessed with revenge. I know they know that's my thing. I've said it a billion times. Cut into pieces, wild hair, obsessed with revenge. These are my most obvious character traits. Forever is a long time. Don't they know that? Don't they know that I'll never give up? Never, ever, 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 ever. The end. All right, and that's the end of doing the romantic ending, and then the not romantic ending. We break Spirit's heart at the end. I do plan on going through the rest of the killers sometime soon, so be on the lookout for that. If you'd like to see it, hit that notification bell after you hit that subscribe button. I'm currently on a push to 1,000 subs, so that'll help immensely. I really like the actual romance part. I'm glad to finally see it, because like the first time I played this, I got the friendship one because I didn't pick the right dialogue, so she ended up friend zoning me, which was sad, but that's okay because it was her choice. But now I wooed her, and then I let her down. But yeah, I'll probably be using a guide for the rest of the killers, that way we don't accidentally get the wrong endings for either of them, and then we'll see if we can find that secret ending that Trickster was talking about. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
You are watching